hopefully there'll be time for redemption for Chuck. That's what I hope. I hope we, hopefully, you know, if this franchise finds a way to come back together, I would love there to be a Chuck to be there, to come back in the story in some way as just a human being.
You lose.
Hey, Jack.
I hope you, well, I was gonna say, I hope you enjoyed the end of Supernatural. I know it was controversial, but we worked really hard on it, and you know, endings are hard, but I thought they did a great job, and some of the acting, I think Jared and Jensen and Misha in the final episodes all did incredible work, and I was just excited to be a part of it. All right, so you've got lots of questions I see, so I'm going to try to answer some. All right? All right. Noriko34 says, "Hi Rob, what happened to Chuck when Jack took his powers? If he died, where'd he end up? In the empty or anywhere else?" Okay, I don't think Chuck is dead. I think that he is just, he doesn't have God in him anymore, and I think he's just isolated. I think, yeah, it's kind of his worst nightmare because he's not God anymore. He's not in control, and he's alone. And so I think that's, you know, that's punishment enough for him. So, you know, what I think is kind of interesting is that Chuck, you know, if we ever revamp the show, fingers crossed, I don't know anything. I'm just telling you from my perspective, if they do, you know, we get back together and do a movie in a couple of years, I think Chuck could still come back, but he's just a regular dude again. So, yeah, so he's just just a hermit. He's just a hermit. He's alone, but he is on Earth. He's just alone, and God is not inside him anymore. He's an empty vessel.
I mean, I can never think of an ending where I lose. But this, after everything that I've done to you, to die at the hands of Sam Winchester, of Dean Winchester, the ultimate killer. It's kind of glorious.
Yeah, so there's that. And I want to say something else about the finale. And, you know, again, people have extreme views about it, and you're completely allowed to have your own view of, you know, what happened. I just want to remind you that in the finale was the first time that Chuck was not writing the story. So you can reason that Chuck this whole time has been bringing the boys back, you know, finding a way to keep them going so that he could keep writing the story. And what happened in these last 2 seasons is that he got really selfish and made it all about him, and that was his mistake. But yeah, so it was the first time where, you know, yeah, they're just on a random, you know, hunt like they always do, and Dean has that unfortunate thing happen where he dies, and that unfortunate thing happened like death. But you know, there's no evil writer in charge going to, oh, no, we're going to save him from that and keep him going because I want to keep manipulating him. So to me, that was sort of in essence what was happening there. So in a way, you know, Chuck kept them going because he wanted the story to keep going until he didn't anymore.
They went back to their roots, full focus on the boys, the smaller story, the gritty monster hunt. Vampires for the first time in a long time actually felt scary, intimidating, and eventually that's what got in Dean. A lot of people criticized Dean's death for being too simple. He took out God, but he got killed by simple vamps. But what people don't get is that since Chuck is not writing the boys' stories anymore, they don't have plot armor, so it's very normal to die in a normal accident, in a normal hunt. Just like everyday people and everyday hunters whose Chuck is not favoriting. So props to Andrew Deb and Bobby Singer to going back to their roots, focusing on the bros 100%, small story, contained, beautiful and strong story. You did a great job, and that's easily your best episode ever.
All right, REB17, Reb17, Rebecca. Hi, Rob, I'm Rebecca. Did you find Chuck's ending fitting considering he disliked humanity? Well, yeah, I mean, I thought it was fitting because he just got too wrapped up and he thought he was trying to manipulate everything until the very end. And he wanted the ending to be this grand thing, you know, and, you know, he so enjoyed Sam and Dean, and he enjoyed, you know, manipulating them, and he thought for a second that it would be this great ending would be to be killed by them, and they didn't. So you know, like I said, just being left alone by himself without any powers was an appropriate ending for him. But yeah, you know, in terms of disliking humanity, yeah, I wouldn't say he that he just was like disgusted, I guess, by his creations, is what he said. But I think he got a little bit just egomaniacal, and that was his downfall.
See, that's not who I am. That's not who we are.
What kind of an ending is this?
His power. You sure it won't come back?
It's not his power anymore. then I think it's the ending where you're just like us. Unlike all the other humans you forgot about.
It's the ending where you grow old, you get sick, and you just die.
And no one cares. And no one remembers you. You're just forgotten.
Guys.
Yeah. Hopefully there'll be time for redemption for Chuck. That's what I hope. I hope we, hopefully, you know, if this franchise finds a way to come back together and make some kind of TV movie or something, I would love there to be a Chuck to be there, to come back in the story in some way as just a human being. I'd like him to be that human being he was when he was like hoarding toilet paper. I want that Chuck back. So we could have that Chuck back. I think everybody would be okay with that.
Some free advice. You ever get back there? You hoard toilet paper. Understand me? Hoard it. Hoard it like it's made of gold. Because it is.
Thanks, Chuck.
Oh, you'll thank me all right. Mark my words.
When Jared and Sam say goodbye to each other, hopefully it's see you later and not goodbye, you know? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
The show could go for many more years and still be a great show, leaving not only the fans wanting more, but also us wanting more. Like, I hope this isn't the last time I'll play Sam Winchester.
Nothing ever stays dead in Supernatural.
Well, I think we caught a glimpse of what Dean does in heaven. I think he drives around a baby and he pops tops on the front porch of Harvell's, and he probably goes over to mom and dad's and gets some lasagna, and then he goes drive, and you know I think he's just trying to live his best life. I think at a certain point he's gonna miss the life, and he's probably gonna get with Sam and tell Jack, hey, put us in, coach. And that's the Netflix or the Amazon or the Apple or the whatever streaming Hulu type of subscription you subscribe to. That's the reboot.
Or maybe we just like grab a few GoPros and get in the Impalas and roll camera.
and then just sell it to everybody. Hey, I know a production company that would actually do that.
Can we call them? Do you know their number?
I have their number. Yeah.
Amazing.
You know, I've always thought that there is a possibility of, 5 years down the road, getting the call and saying, hey, let's do a little short order action for a streaming network and bring them back for 6 episodes.
That's going to happen. The show's too famous not to happen.
Right. I do feel like this isn't like the long goodbye right now. I feel like this is let's hang this in the closet for now, and we'll dust her off, down the road a bit.
Bye, boys.
No, it's been, and frankly, and this is obviously on camera, so maybe I shouldn't say this, I feel like the show could go 15 more, honestly. Like, I feel like we have so much that we could do, so many stories we could tell.
I mean, we're 15 years in, it's just the show that will never end.
Since it was determined that the show was going to end at 327 episodes, I'd like to think of this as a see you later, not as a goodbye. So I don't know when that would be, but they have my phone number.
We got work to do.
That's Chuck's ending? No, I don't think so. After everything that he has put us through, I'll be damned if I'm gonna let some glorified fanboy get the last word.
No doubt, endings are hard. But then again, nothing ever really ends, does it?
And we won't be gone long, I promise.
It came to the point of like, okay, I think this is the right time. Like, it's a weird decision. And then I'm going to sell him out. When Jensen got to Vancouver 2 weeks ago, I have a text message from him. He's like, man, crazy being back in Vancouver. I feel like we could do 2 more years. And I was like, let's talk, man. Like,
to all the SPN family out there, thank you so much for taking this journey with us for 15 years. We love you, and we won't be gone long, I promise.
Thanks for watching Wayward Winchester. Subscribe for more awesome Wayward content. Till next time, as always, no chick flick moments. Peace.